Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hit the Apex. I'm Charlie, and today we have another live watch along. This time we are in Singapore for practice 2 of the 2022 Singapore Grand Prix. Round 17 of the 2022 season, the first time here in Singapore since 2019. So we'll just share the screen, and then we are a couple of moments away from the start of practice 2. So the sun has set, the lights are on, and the track is looking spectacular ahead of second practice, and the only one that's fully representative of the conditions the drivers will qualify and racing. Will Lewis Hamilton keep his nose in front? Mercedes looked quick from the off earlier on, um, with the 7-time champion topping the timing sheets in a session for the first time this season. George Russell was also in the mix in a good opening session for the Silver Arrows, but beware the might of Red Bull and Ferrari. Max Verstappen was looking in decent shape and was top for much of the session as he celebrates his 25th birthday. While Sergio Perez suffered some power loss issues, sorry about that. That means the session is underway. While Sergio Perez suffered some power loss issues, there was no such problems for the Dutchman. Verstappen can wrap up the title this weekend, although he needs other results to go his way with regards to Perez and Charles Leclerc. Speaking of Leclerc, he missed some running after a brake issue was detached earlier on in the session. Once resolved, it did look quick, and in his favour is his qualifying form this season. On a street track, qualifying can be absolutely everything, so he'll need to bring his best form with him tomorrow. This was expected to be a Ferrari track with so many corners to navigate and out power less important than last time at Monza, but Red Bull have surprised the field at more than one track they weren't expected to do well at, so it could well be a humdinger of a weekend. Elsewhere, Lando Norris is running a raft of new upgrades as McLaren try and eat into Alpine's advantage. In the constructors, those two teams are fighting for fourth, but Norris didn't show his full hand earlier as he spent much of the session in data gathering mode. Daniel Ricciardo isn't running those upgrades, so he's the benchmark for the team, and as they seek to understand their new parts, the Australian still doesn't have a seat for next season, with only 3 realistic options available to him now: Williams, Haas and Alpine. So we are underway. The air temperature is the same as FP1, but the track has cooled down to 33 degrees Celsius as this session begins with the Alfa Romeo pair heading straight out. As for the tyres here, Pirelli have gone soft. The C3, C4 and C5 are what the teams have to play with, and neither Aston Martin or Alfa Romeo ran the softs earlier on. So we're underway then in Singapore. There's Lewis Hamilton leaving the pits. Some good news from Williams. Albon is feeling okay after his first session back. He missed uh, most of the Monza weekend after a bout of appendicitis, made worse when he had respiratory problems post surgery. He's made an incredible recovery to even be in contention to drive here, much less drive with no reported ill effects. As George Russell starts his first flying lap, as the sparks fly from the back of his car. Big up Chelsea fan, hope you well, mate. And it's, of course, a purple sector one for the Mercedes driver. Mediums and hards are the name of the game at the moment, with the softs being saved for later on when the track has ramped up a bit. It's a dusty, dirty surface to drive on at the moment, but nothing will clean it up quicker than F20 F1 cars barreling around. Nicholas Latifi, of course, confirmed he won't be at Williams next season. In the last couple of days, he looks like he's got a problem with his belt here. Here's Valtteri Bottas on the radio.
Just check the diff behavior at a slow speed on the right-hand corners. On the initial throttle pickup, it feels like the diff is slipping a bit.
Okay, copy.
Russell is out on a set of softs, and it looks like Mercedes have managed to lower their car for this session. Sparks kicking up as the Britain laps. The drivers will all have gained confidence from the opening session and will be starting to push the limits now. Here is Latifi on the radio.
Yeah, I don't know. 1 second. There's something that's not quite right with my belts.
Are you okay to drive?
Compromise the LF here. Yeah, I just need to tighten them more.
Okay, Gasly's behind you.
I don't know. They're not
2 seconds.
sitting on my shoulders properly. I don't know why my shoulder's like sticking on something when I'm turning.
Copy.
It's all go here. Latifi has an issue with his seatbelts as he limps back to the pit. Vettel has been down the runoff area at turn 16, which briefly saw the yellow flags come out, and Leclerc is in the garage and isn't even suited up as the team work on the car. Vettel went straight on and did his trademark donut turn to get out of danger. Here's Russell on the radio.
Brake pedal for pretty long.
Stroll was the driver to bring out the Reds earlier on in FP1 after he clocked the barriers with his left rear tyre, but the team have done well to check over the car and get it ready for this session, and he is already back out. No sign of the Red Bull pair or Leclerc yet. Oh, Kevin Magnussen has also gone down the runoff area. The drivers are definitely starting to push. Magnussen has now been down the runoff area at turn 14. The Dane actually holds the lap record here, achieved in 2018, as he confirms on the team that his car is all good. And Russell has just run wide at turn 11. It's all go in the early stages here. He's managed to keep it out the wall there, Russell. Quite well as well.
Yeah. No pain, no gain. No motivation.
don't really know why this is consistently happening.
There's what Russell had to say. Sainz has popped to the top of the timing sheets on his mediums with a 1 minute 43.7, nearly 4 tenths clear of Hamilton. Back in the pit lane, there's still no sign of the Red Bull pair as Leclerc's car is coming off the stands, which bodes well for him. So Verstappen is still in the garage as well. Got to question what Latifi was doing there. Hamilton returns to the top. This really has been a bright opening to the weekend from them. There's not much in it between Hamilton and Sainz, as replays show Latifi was a bit of a roadblock for the Mercedes man on his fast lap there. Hello, Josh. Hope you're well, mate. Still no sign of the Red Bulls, who do often leave it late in FP2 and 3 to get going. Preferring to wait until the track is rubbered in, with this being the only representative session, though. It's a surprise they're leaving it this late. Alpine in P4 and P5 at the minute. Checo oil leak, and Max is doing setup, so okay. Hopefully Hamilton win this weekend. Gasly has had a moment down at turn 18, heading off into the runoff area and having to wait a moment before joining the track to avoid some traffic. The Frenchman's future has been a source of plenty of paddock gossip of late, but as it stands, he remains at AlphaTauri. Here he is on the radio.
I think the car overall is a lot better what we did.
"39 minutes left of the session then. Sainz has returned to the top of the timing sheets, the Ferrari man with the burden of responsibility on his shoulders to collect plenty of data. With Leclerc still in the pits, the Spaniard has said his aim in the last 6 races is to win again, having broken his duck at Silverstone earlier this season. Latifi hadn't had a great start to this session. Verstappen is now out on track. Leclerc isn't, however. Verstappen has finally headed out for the first time this session on a set of hards. The Dutchman has a near empty track to run around on this installation lap, with just Albon and Tsunoda out there at the moment. As Verstappen starts his flying lap, his first of this session. The exit speed of turn 4 for Verstappen is, it says 0 kilometers an hour. I doubt that's true. And it's, of course, personal best in the first sector, a tenth slower than Sainz. Leclerc still waiting in the garage. And he's 8 tenths down on Carlos Sainz at the moment, Verstappen. As Verstappen has gone 5th in the timing sheets. Leclerc getting his helmet on. Verstappen is out of sync with the rest as he goes 5th on the hards, but some of the others are out on the softs, with Albon going 8th on the softs, as said. Charles Leclerc getting in to his Ferrari. Leclerc is clambering into the car now, which bodes well. As for Perez, he suffered a loss of power later on in FP1, and whatever the team are doing to his car is taking plenty of time, with no sign of the Mexican heading out immediately. Watching Magnussen on his lap here. Bottas and Zhou have bolted on the softs for the first time, with Perez finally coming out as well for Red Bull. Plenty of fast laps incoming. Here's Lance Stroll on the radio.
Okay, Lance, heads up. We've got a bit of a queue now. So a few cars ahead of us with the delay. So we need to be thinking more like quali. So let's build some front temp.
As Sergio Perez starts his flying lap. Oh. The rear of Sergio Perez's car sliding at turn 5 as he sets a personal best in the first sector. Approaching the halfway mark, and Bottas has just popped into second for Alfa Romeo. He's exactly 2 tenths back on Sainz, which was set with his lap being set on the mediums. But Perez, Ocon, Russell and Gasly are all on quick laps. Personal best in the second sector as well. It's the halfway point in the session and Russell is the man lighting up the timesheets. Perez had a scrappy lap going wide through turn 5 as he slots into 8th. Ocon slots into 3rd as Russell gets traffic in the second sector. And Perez has just had contact with the wall. Many drivers have been brushing the wall there. Valtteri Bottas goes P2 with a fine effort on the softs. Nods of approval in the garage and shoe. Leclerc is out on mediums, and Verstappen has yet to bolt on the soft, so they aren't going to slot into their correct place in the pecking order imminently. Perez has made it back to the pits for his car to be checked over, as Norris also heads in. Leclerc slots into second on the medium, 6.5 temps back on his teammate, but Ocon then pips that time to replace him on his second flying lap on the softs. Russell then goes into second, a 10th back from Sainz. Here's Norris on a lap. We've got just over 20 minutes left of this session. Many drivers getting very close to the wall. Bottas has been off, and that earlier time is holding on quite nicely for the Finn. Hamilton has just slotted into third on his second flying attempt after encountering traffic on his first run. Here is Hamilton on the radio.
Motion detected at the front door.
So currently P3, fourth place to Sainz P1.
Verstappen and Leclerc are the only two drivers yet to bolt on the softs. The Ferrari man is out, but Verstappen remains in the pits. They're out of sync with the rest and need to get a move on before the race simulation runs begin. Leclerc on the mediums has just narrowed the gap to his teammate to just 3/10, which is impressive. Mercedes haven't shown their true hand just yet, thanks to botched initial runs, with the soft tyres not really holding on for a second flying lap. As for Red Bull, their pace is a total mystery until Verstappen comes back out. Looks like Gasly's got a problem here. Leclerc briefly has the track to himself before Albon heads out to join him on used soft tyres. The Williams man looks set to start a race simulation run on used softs. Whoa. I think there was a flame on Gasly's car was on fire briefly. Big up, Howard. I've never seen you in the chat before. If you are new round here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. The top three at the moment is Sainz and Leclerc, Ferrari 1-2, with Russell in third. Here's Sainz on the radio.
Can I try another pair of gloves? I'm struggling with the grip of the steering wheel with these ones.
Okay.
Problems for AlphaTauri and Gasly. He pulls back into the pit lane and he's just about to be wheeled back into the garage when a fire breaks out near his air intake. The crew are switched with the extinguishers as the Frenchman hurriedly jumps out with a rather warm helmet, no doubt. Close-up showed blistered paintwork around the airbox, so it doesn't look likely Gasly will be back out anytime soon. That's an interesting incident. Yes, it's hot here, but that's an unusual place to catch a fire. Cheers, Howard, mate. So there is 15 minutes of this session to go. Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Russell has looked quick in both sessions as well. With a quarter of an hour to go, the track is filling up once again with drivers on higher fuel runs. There's still no sign of either Verstappen or Leclerc bolting on a set of softs, with the Dutchman on just 3 laps for this session. George Russell on a lap here. It doesn't look great so far. He's not improved in either of the first 2 sectors. This is what happened to Gasly in the pit lane a few moments ago, and that's not the problem AlphaTauri have. Yuki Tsunoda's session has come to an end due to a fuel system issue, so it's all gone wrong for AlphaTauri in a couple of moments. As Gasly is back in the car, So it's a replay of Magnussen, sparks flying from his car, as well as Gasly. As unlikely as it sounds, Gasly's back in the car and may well come back out here. Elsewhere, Hamilton is completing a longer run on the softs. Russell is doing likewise on the mediums, and Sainz is also on the yellow marked rubber. Ten minutes of this session to go.
Motion detected at the front door.
AlphaTauri might owe their Aston Martin counterparts a drink later. It looks like an Aston Martin mechanic was the first to get the fire extinguisher on Gasly's car. Do you think that if a team could find a lighter fuel or oil and use at scale 52 plus laps, would that make a difference in competitive edge? It would definitely make them quicker. If it would make them a lot quicker, I'm not sure, to be honest. As Hamilton has just had a moment at turn one. He's had a snap at the rear of his car. He's caught it though, to be fair, and he continues. Car performance rankings in the low speed corners. Sainz is the fastest, and Hamilton is fifth. Time lost 0.63 seconds. And Leclerc is on the soft tyres at last. To show what he has in hand here today, there's still no sign of Verstappen. On track, Hamilton has had a moment and ran wide at turn one. Some opposite lock sending him sliding wide. Here's Guan Yu Zhou on the radio.
I'm struggling to feel the grip of the tires sliding over.
Copy, Joe.
So we have got just under 7 minutes of the session to go. Here is Schumacher on the radio.
Target lap time would be in mid to low 51.
At the moment, the car, how the car feels, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, understood.
Schumacher at the moment down in 19th. It sounds like he's struggling. Here is Leclerc on a lap, and it's all going quite well at the moment for him. Personal best in the first sector. And as he finishes the second sector, he's got a personal best there as well. He's slightly quicker than Carlos Sainz on the Delta at the moment. It's less than a tenth. As he's at turn 21 now. Charles Leclerc. The final corners, turn 22 and 23. He's not had a great final sector and he stays in second. Leclerc's on his first flying lap on the softs. He has the most rubbered in track. He has the most rubbered in track to work with, so this should be good. And he sets a personal best first sector and personal best in the second. It's the final sector that Ferrari are expected to be best in, but Leclerc can't nail the final corner and stay second 2 tenths back. And Verstappen is finally out on the softs. Lando Norris at the moment can't improve in either of the first 2 sectors. We've got 4 minutes to go of the session. As Lando Norris now comes into the pit lane. There's a practice pit stop for McLaren. I believe that was actually Daniel Ricciardo, sorry. And Verstappen in the first sector 2 tenths quicker than Sainz. And Verstappen finishes his second sector and he is slightly up on Carlos Sainz, 7 thousandths of a second. And they're all getting very close to the wall there at turn 20. As he rounds turn 21, the final 2 corners of 22 and 23. There's 2 minutes left of the session. Max Verstappen, he's had a personal best final sector as well, but he only goes up to 4th. He's right on the pace of Sainz here, but Verstappen has the tiniest of lockups into turn 16. it costs him as he goes to fourth. It looks like Red Bull just can't match the Scuderia in the final sector. And there is 30 seconds left of the session here. 10 o'clock local time. And here is Guan Yu Zhou on the radio.
Yeah, not much grip.
Copy, John. Keep pushing for now.
Struggling for grip, it sounds like. He's said that twice now. And the checkered flag is out. Charles Leclerc on a lap here, can't improve first sector. A mixed session with plenty of offs and moments, but Sainz had a clean session and put it to good use to go top with a 1 minute 42.587. 2 tenths clear of his teammate and 3 tenths clear of Russell. We'll just wait for everyone to finish their laps and then we'll go through the final standings of FP2 and then we will wrap it up. Car performance rankings in the low speed corners. Sainz was fastest, followed by Leclerc, then Verstappen, Russell, and Ocon. So that is it then. Sainz and Leclerc 1-2, followed by Russell in third, Verstappen fourth, Hamilton fifth, Ocon sixth, Bottas seventh, Alonso eighth, Perez ninth, Stroll in 10th, Norris 11th, Vettel 12th, Magnussen 13th, Gasly 14th, Zhou in 15th, Albon 16th, Tsunoda 17th, Ricciardo 18th, Schumacher 19th, and Latifi in 20th. There's a yellow flag in the first sector. That's a bit confusing. Which team's vehicle is favoured on this track? It is definitely Ferrari. Red Bull just can't match Ferrari in the final sector, it seems. And that is it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter as well, at MCFC Hibs if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel. Hit the Apex, the F1 channel. And at MCFC Hibs on Twitter. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll speak to you all soon. Take care, and goodbye for now.